Hey everybody, Jay Barrino here. Welcome back to StarCraft Mass Recall, a StarCraft Brood War remake in StarCraft 2. We're back, baby! Let's go! The Iron Fist. We finished the stand last time. Pretty long last mission. Pretty fun, though, and it went really well. Let's go ahead and get started. I believe that starting this campaign will show the original cinematic opener for Brood War as well.
Who's in charge here? Where is the air support? So, Gerard, I suspect you have a good reason for pulling me away from my duties.
Your vodka can wait, my good Alexei. Come, stand here. You need to see this.
I know all about the Zerg, Gerard. We've all seen the tapes 100.
You've seen nothing. Dissecting a dead Zerg in a lab is one thing. Unleashing them on men is another. You must go into this with both eyes open. Once started, there's no going back. Are you prepared to go all the way with this, Alexei?
Yes. Yes, I am prepared to go all the way, my good Admiral.
Good. Good. I knew I could count on you.
Admiral, the colonist base will be overrun in a matter of minutes. Shall we intervene?
Take us into orbit, Mr. Malmsteen. We've seen enough.
So good. Oh, it's so good. The ending with the Zerglings closing in. UED flagship Alexander, high orbit over the planet Braxis, outlying Dominion stronghold. Something tells me Alexei really was not ready to go all the way. If he would have known going all the way meant being a creepy infested man for the rest of his life and controlling hordes of infested Terrans. Yikes. Alrighty, so this map is, well, it's our introduction to the UED. There's a few different tactics to take. I didn't preload this map, so we're going to be waiting a little bit on this loading screen, unfortunately. So let's talk about the mission. Yeah, we start with no gas. I'm going to try to move up pretty quickly to take out the first small base between us and where we can get some gas. The Iron Fist. Since the conflict began in the Kaprulu sector, the ruling council of the United Earth Directorate has closely monitored its wayward Terran colonies. Having witnessed the steady advancements of the Zerg infestation and the maneuverings of the Protoss throughout the colonies, the ruling council has finally agreed to take control over the war-torn sector. Learning that a new Zerg overmind has manifested itself upon the planet Char, the UED has sent its greatest admiral, Gerard Dougal, to capture the creature. As captain of the UED fleet under Dougal, your objective will be to storm the Terran Dominion and depose of its dictator, Emperor Menx I.
Adjutant online. Good morning, Captain. Our long voyage from Earth is over, and we are holding a stationary position near the borders of Dominion space. I trust that the effects from your long, cold sleep have worn off by now. If not, the Med Officer can provide you with additional cryostim supplements. Admiral Dougal has issued a proclamation to the entire fleet via Transmed. I'll patch it through to you now.
Attention, defenders of the United Earth Directorate. This is Admiral Dougal. You were all briefed before we left Earth, so you know that we have come here to conquer this sector in the name of humanity. Should any of you have second thoughts about performing your assigned duties, be reminded that if we fail in our mission here, not one of us will be going home. We stand or fall together in this forsaken wasteland. Serve the Directorate. Serve humanity. All other priorities are secondary to victory. Dougal out.
Transmat completed. Receiving incoming transmission.
Good morning, Captain. I am Vice Admiral Stukov, Tactical Advisor to Admiral Dougal. I see you've already reviewed his proclamation. I'm sure it doesn't cover anything you weren't already familiar with. Once you get to know the Admiral, I'm sure you'll find that he's actually quite personable. At any rate, Captain, I do have orders for you. As we are about to begin our invasion of the Dominion, we will need access to their primary datanet and weapons diagnostics. To this end, you are to assault the outlying planet of Braxis and take control of its capital city of Boralis. You are to deploy your forces within 2 standard hours. The Admiral expects perfect results, Captain. Stukov out.
Alright, destroy the enemy command center, let's go. I also like how Stukov is the hard character here, because it's always like the order from the lamest character to the coolest character, so Stukov gets the top notch there. It's great. Hell's supposed to be some kind of torture chamber filled with fire and brimstone, right? Well, after serving a tour of duty in the ice and snow of Braxis, the only difference I see is that at least hell would be a lot warmer. Corporal Max Redius. Press any key. Cool. So I like it. Looks like Jones may have added some of these to each planet we go to, which is neat. There used to only be one for Char, I think, so maybe we'll see more of those. Just landed on those people. UED Strike Team Landing Zone. Alright, so we do get some fancy UED skins. It's like a mix between StarCraft 2 and then the retro mod. So you can see like our tanks and Marines, they've got StarCraft 2 mercenary skins. I think the Marines are even mildly different. They've got interesting little hooks on their shoulder pads or pauldrons. Sure thing. So yeah, we have 0 gas. So we'll probably want to get like a bunker set up and then just start pushing out. Okay, let's check this out. We got Dougal and Stukov for character profiles. Again, you can pause these and read it for yourself, or play Mass Recall for yourself. They'll go in your codex when you get to this point. The Dougal portrait, I mean, they tried, right? It's different than just the standard vanilla portrait, which, I mean, there doesn't exist a vanilla portrait for Dougal in StarCraft 2. So they made something. You know, it's arguable whether this is you know, it's a portrait, so I'm okay with it. It does look remotely like him. It's very hard, I think, to make incredibly polished portraits like that. Okay, and we're just going to get a bunch of Marines and probably just like 1 bunker and a couple missile turrets. and I'll feel pretty safe to then move out. We want to try to get to the base where we can get some gas pretty soon here. Let's go ahead and start setting this up. We'll get one there and maybe a bunker down there. Leave a couple SCVs out and just keep making Marines. Maybe get a second barracks. We can't afford too much off of this amount of minerals. It's just not enough. It's tempting. Maybe I'll move my my command center up. Look, they built supply depots blocking this mineral patch. UED, I thought you were supposed to be prepared for this expedition. You clearly don't know what's going on. Okay, so in between us and the base that we're looking for is kind of like right there. So in between here and there, there's like a small area, a small base. So we're going to try to keep these tanks alive because we can't repair them or replace them right now, but I'm hopeful that we'll be able to soon enough. Engineering base only minerals, so I could go ahead and throw that down. I could also get an academy. These are all things we can't do anything with, though, so other than get turrets. So it is tempting to get, I think I will get a second barracks. Only reason is that I want to make sure I'm prepared for when the Dominion comes and attacks us when we start moving out to get our second base. And once we get to our second base, I don't know, it depends on how much of this we'll have mined out, but frankly, I don't care much to leave this base alive. We could float our buildings over there. It doesn't even matter. So I notice we have access to medics. Technically, we're not supposed to be able to make UED medics until mission 2. So this mission, I just won't make any. Because technically we're not supposed to have them if we're playing by those rules. Granted, I gave myself medics when I played as the Dominion or Sons of Korhal, whatever. So, whatever. Okay, so we got this coming up. It's been a while since I played Mass Recall, and Terran. It's been a while since I played Terran, so might be a little rusty here. Probably like another 4 or 5 Marines, and then we'll take them in these 2 tanks and start moving out. Without Marine range, though, I am concerned if I don't make another bunker down here, the enemies are going to try to come and get me. Let's see. Okay, they are attacking me. Chase them down. It's interesting how the enemy retreats. I think that's pretty cool. Okay, let's just get some more Marines. I could make Vultures, too, just a couple. They're pretty good against infantry. Nah, I'm not even going to bother. Not going to even bother. I don't think I built any Vultures in previous missions. I mean, there are definitely instances that they're very, very good, like defending against Marines and Firebats, but nah, it's okay. Okay, so the sooner that I can get this group of units out, the better. Just going to queue up a few extra Marines. We got another supply depot coming up. That's probably enough SCVs for now. How many Marines do we have? 9. We can afford to get probably a group of 12 to 16 and then move out. I just want to make sure I can get over to the other base as soon as possible. We're going to need bunker range to actually hold out against these other attacks. Okay, so after this group of Marines are going to come out, I will start moving out, and I'm just going to leave my newly rallied troops at home to make sure that I stay alive against any attacks coming in at me. Okay, so let's take these units and go. We can quick save in case this actually isn't enough. But the sooner we can get over there, the better, as I've been saying. We could also, I don't know, can we avoid this area? Let's see. Okay, good. I put that bunker in the right spot. Looks like they're actually coming and attacking from this area. Yeah, they're building out of this barracks. So let's take this area out and then try to make our way over to... I keep wanting to say the character's name. I don't see a reason not to, actually. There's no point. I mean, everybody knows, I think, at this point. I don't know if anyone's watching this series not knowing anything about StarCraft 1, but we're making our way to Duran's base. We're almost there. Okay, so we took out a small little area there. We probably didn't even need as much stuff as we have. Random ghost up there. Don't let him lock me down, please. All right, we got him. Must be a little further up, actually. I don't remember that that ghost being up there. Okay, and we've made it. Let's keep making Marines at home.
Captain, I am Lieutenant Samir Duran of the Confederate Resistance Forces. I've been monitoring your attack against the Dominion, and I'd like to offer you my services and skills in return for amnesty.
Intriguing. Lieutenant, you have absolutely no idea as to who we are or what we have come here to do. Why do you wish to side with us?
Because my men and I have sworn to fight against the Dominion and its Emperor. Seeing as how your forces have been laying into this Dominion base, I figured we were on the same side.
I see. How exactly do you propose to be of service to us, Lieutenant?
Well, I possess intimate knowledge of the surrounding area. I can show you an alternate route that leads to the rear of the main Dominion base.
Very well, Lieutenant. Consider yourself and your men the first colonial conscripts of the United Earth Directorate. Captain, see that the Lieutenant is given our full cooperation. We shall see if he's worth the effort.
You could see half of Stukov's face, his in-game model there, was strangely shadowed. Again, pause if you want to read Samir's profile. It's like strangely shadowed because they have to remove the infestation. Anyway, let's go ahead and keep getting Marines at home and get another bunker, I'd say. Probably right there is fine. And then we'll get that engineering bay like I was talking about, and we'll get the academy. It's G. And kind of eventually, we'll be able to afford some upgrades on these. Let's just get a bunch of SCVs to saturate this area. That's probably oversaturated. 4, even 3 might be enough, but, you know, better safe than sorry. I will set up one bunker up here as well. So let's do that. Just in case. They may attack us from the other side, too. I frankly don't remember, like, where they're going to come from. Also, you'll notice, maybe the Marines we build out of this barracks may be a mix between Retro Mod Marines and UED Marines, which is really, really cool. So the model changes are really nice. Duran's got a really cool model. I like his little red beret. His portrait's looking good. Very, very cool. So we got him hotkeyed here. And let's load up this bunker. Siege mode has to take priority before anything else, and then we'll start getting infantry armor and range and all that stuff. Okay, the academy. Am I not recalling? I thought the academy had a special. Maybe it's just because it's UED. Like the academy for UED is the new Ghost Academy. So it applies to buildings as well. That's actually really neat. Okay, we're gonna be supply blocked here. Got a lot of money, so we might as well just start making a lot of depots at once. We're kind of running out of space here, though, so let's go ahead and build them down here, too. Might as well spend this money on what we can, which is depots right now. That's it. Okay, you guys load on up. Yeah, so yeah, it looks like... Well, this is a blue Marine, but he's got the UED skins, which is really, really neat. I like the mix there.
Research complete.
Okay, and then we're probably going to want some turrets here as well, because we saw Wraiths coming and attacking us. We got these Marines that can just sit here and help us later. I'm concerned that the enemy will start coming at us with types of siege tanks or something like that, which could be a problem. Okay, and our siege tanks are the super cool-looking siege tanks, but they do have the same stats, as they should. We can move these up a little bit more. Okay, let's get a comsat station. Can I fit one over here? Barely. Yeah, hopefully we don't block any of our tanks here. And I'm going to get another factory.
Upgrade complete.
Or maybe another barracks. I don't know. I don't need to go overboard on this map, I don't think. Probably push out here pretty soon. The enemy attacks aren't hugely concerning or anything like that. Let's go ahead and get +1 infantry armor, and let's set up a tank. Just leave these Marines over here. Get this tank to sit here and queue it up to siege up. And I think that'll be good. Yeah, the missile turrets are the mercenary-looking ones, too. Very neat. I like the looks of this stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and hotkey my comsat stations to 0 or something like that. Okay. Oh, yeah. And with just one tank, we're in really good shape. It's funny because it looks like my tanks should be better than they are. And StarCraft 1 tanks in general are awesome, but, you know, maybe they're not quite as good as you would expect them to be. Tempting to get some medics. I'm not going to hit that button, though. Let's go ahead and move some of these Marines. We'll leave a couple of them, but let's move some of them. Let's see if they can even make it up here without getting caught out by enemies. We'll get another barracks here. And should we be able to make Goliaths as well? I don't remember what tech is supposed to be available to us here. Charon boosters as well. Doesn't strike me as something that I necessarily should have. Look, they tried to rebuild this stuff. They rebuilt all of this stuff. Get in there and destroy the SCVs. Those jerks. Rebuilding everything. I guess we'll just leave these Marines down here to make sure that they don't rebuild too much of that. Okay, and also somewhere around here is... There's a bunch of spider mines. And I remember because in my original playthrough of Mass Recall 5, they murdered me. Like a big chunk of my force. So I just want to make sure that I'm prepared for them this time. Okay, let's get a bunch more tanks. I want to get like maybe 6 tanks, then we're going to push through the backside of this base, destroy this, and then Interesting how it shows you this little base up here as if I would want to take another expansion. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe I would. Okay. Not Stim Pack. Not today. Once we can get those super good UED medics. Now, I don't know if the UED medics are... They're supposed to be super good. UED medics are supposed to have like an incredibly good healing rate, and that was something that you could tell in the original game. I mean, there weren't non-UED medics in the original game, but they were really, really good medics, and that's how they were in the original game. All medics, I should say. I'm explaining this poorly. Basically, in Mass Recall, you can make really shitty medics when you're playing as non-UED factions. Someone had mentioned there was a bug where all the medics were terrible in Mass Recall, whereas, again, the shitty ones that you get for the Dominion / Sons of Korhal / whoever you're playing as are supposed to be... They're supposed to be bad, like with a really slow healing rate. And when I did play, they did have that really slow healing rate. My question is, do they have... Has it been changed now such that the UED ones are really, really good? We'll know next mission. We'll know next mission for sure. Okay, we're getting those tanks out. Maybe one more. We got a big group of Marines too, so I don't... One tank in the right spot could destroy this amount of Marines, but we're going to be going here pretty soon. I suppose I don't need to be playing too cautiously. It also depends on where the enemy will attack us. I'm mildly concerned they're going to hit us from down here, so let's go ahead and set up a bunker here. Just in case, we can leave one tank down here as well. Just make a bunch of tanks while we wait. Duran has snipe because we turned on his extra abilities in the Mass Recall menu. You can turn that off such that he wouldn't have snipe. Not really a big deal in my eyes. I think it's cool just to have the little extra, so maybe we'll snipe some of the Marines we see on the high grounds or something like that. Just bringing Duran along will be really, really nice. These tanks just don't know where they're going here. All right, let's use my weak Marines. This is like unnecessary min-maxing, but let's take our weak Marines and throw them inside of a bunker here. Okay, so we can bring all these tanks with us. I'm going to get one more. And then just keep making Marines and rally them up to Duran.
How can I be of service?
And yeah, this area is absolutely fine. So I remember this being a little challenging of a map, but this seems no problem at all. So let's go ahead and get going here.
Yes, Captain.
Let's go ahead and start moving. We don't need to destroy everything that's like up on the high ground in these areas, but I am going to scan just to see if there's anything to destroy. I could move up and destroy those bases. I don't need to. So let's just keep moving.
Of course.
That one Marine really wanted to get to us. Okay, so let's stop for a moment and scan. Where were those spider mines? I swear there were spider mines around here. That absolutely murdered me last time I played this. Weird. Okay, well let's move on up. I know that there's a tank somewhere in this area. Okay, let's siege up. Eventually we're gonna want to move on in, but this is good. First bunker down. Oh, you know what? This isn't necessarily the area we want to be moving into, I think. We would keep going around, and we could get to the command center from back here and siege it down from up there. Or we push through the base where we are. I don't think so, though. I think I'm just going to actually continue moving up in this direction. And that's probably where the spider mines are. There they are.
Yes, Captain.
Okay. Those were there, I think, in the original version of this map, too. So I'm glad that I know that those were there. Looked like there was a few vehicles, maybe vultures back there. Scan again. Getting rid of as many of the spider mines as possible. Random vultures coming up behind us. Maybe these were going to go and attack our base and got diverted because they were defending their own buildings. Okay, so let's move up the tanks a little bit if my Marines weren't in my way. And we're just going to start blasting our way through this. Poor Duran actually got to be a little careful. Okay, these Marines getting caught out by something, probably rebuilt vultures or something. I am getting rid of some of these depots so that I can give myself the opportunity to move up. The command center is right there. I don't see any other siege tanks that the enemy has. Okay, let's back these up. Move on in. Just got to be a little wary of Duran because we can't heal him. Just be a little careful with Duran because we can't heal him. All right, let's move on in. Siege up the tanks. And we are absolutely fine. Duran's in there. Where is he, actually? I can't see him. Oh, he's stuck in between the tanks. Okay, and we've won. You only have to destroy the command center, which is a nice turn of events. UED perimeter 1 hour later.
Mission successful, Admiral.
Excellent, Lieutenant. This planet's primary defenses are now crippled. Our tech teams can now begin to decode the Dominion security data.
My god, I love these cinematics. They're so cool. Let's check the score screen, see how we did. Probably only lost a couple Marines. Let's see it. Very good kills, death, survival rates. Alrighty, sounds good. Well, this has been Jay Barino. Thanks so much for watching. Looking forward to continuing this Terran campaign. This and the Zerg campaign are so hard. They're so challenging. We'll see how we do. I'm just gonna make a lot of tanks. Lots and lots of tanks. That's the way to win, I suppose, when you're Terran. Alrighty, I'll see you next time. Bye now.